Nino Brown Boxing, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, man. So it's been a lot of recent talk when it comes to Canelo Alvarez and all the guys that have been turning down the fight with Canelo. Apparently, Canelo said that these guys want the moon and the stars in order to fight him. I know some of the recent updates that Callum Smith turned it down, and then I heard Billy Joe Saunders turned it down. And then I ran across something either earlier this morning or last night. I can't remember exactly. That Billy Joe Saunders is facing Canelo. And I also saw that Canelo Alvarez tried to get Caleb Plant to fight him, with short notice coming off of this particular fight that just took place this past Saturday. Now, the idea of Caleb Plant getting a Canelo fight, I'm all for it. But at the same time, Caleb Plant facing Canelo, it kind of rubs me the wrong way because it's a lot of super fights or fights that can be made into super fights on the PBC side, and I feel like I don't want these guys to get left out or left hanging because people are going this Canelo route. Me personally, the amount of people that have been turning down Canelo's offers, to me, I'm all for it. It puts Canelo in a position where he starts to get exposed, and a lot of the shit that he tried to do before, a lot of the taxes that he wanted to utilize, they're no longer working. Now, that put Canelo in a tough position. But when it comes to the PBC side of this whole situation, I'm looking at it like this. You got guys like Benavidez at 168. You have Caleb Plant. But we all still have Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo, from what I see, has not been any real progress with the whole Demetrius Andrade fight. We all heard about Jermall telling Andrade to pull up at the Wilder Fury fight this upcoming weekend. We'll see if Andrade does that. Highly doubt it. But I'm looking at it like, if Jermall is willing to go up to 168 and face Canelo, because we've all heard all of these talks surrounding Canelo Alvarez can't make 160 anymore. If we can make Jermall against Canelo at 168, then what's stopping us from matching Jermall and Caleb Plant? Now, I've said this months ago that I feel like Jermall should campaign between 168 and 160. He should basically do what Gary Russell does and fights just as mandatory as at 160, but utilizes the flexibility of 160 and 168, go up to 168 and possibly get the big fights. And after a big fight is landed, if he's victorious, then he has a decision to make. Does he want to campaign in both weight classes, or does he want to make a decision and stay committed just to one? I don't know. But me personally, as a boxing fan, I know people like to say Nino Brown Boxing hate on the Charlos. No, that's not the case. I just want the Charlos to face the best available competition. Now, Jermall has the flexibility and he has the frame to campaign successfully at 168. If guys are at 168, why not go up there? Waiting around for Demetrius Andrade on the zone that has no intentions on facing him. Canelo has no intentions on facing him. Triple G has no intentions on facing him. Derevyanchenko, that's a good fight. That's the PBC side. That can take place. They were trying to push the Chris Eubank bout as well, but then we still got the Caleb Plants of the world. I mean, Caleb Plant is a great option for a lot of guys on the PBC, and I understand, he just won the belt, and then he just had his hometown fight this past weekend. Now this is the time going forward from this point on, February 2020 and forward. That's the time where Caleb Plant starts to take on the upper echelon guys at 160 and 168 on the PBC side. So guys like Jermall Charlo, I look at it like this: put your name out there that you're willing and ready to face Caleb Plant. You'll go up to 168. You'll fight for the IBF title up there, and let's just see what happens. That's just my take on it. I feel like that'll be a good fight, and I'm all here for it. But all of this talk at 154 when it comes to Demetrius Andrade, Triple G, and Canelo, these guys on the zone, they obviously have no intentions on facing Jermall. Instead of Jermall delaying progression in his career, delaying those super fights that may not come at 160, he definitely has an opportunity at 168. Unless some of the bullshit that happens in the other weight classes when PBC fighters try to get other PBC fighters in the ring and it don't play out, then that's a whole different obstacle. And the only way to find that out is to put yourself in a position to make those fights in the first place. It's Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to LWBC. 2020, I'm calling for Caleb Plant versus Jamal Charlo. It's Nino Brown Boxing. I'm out.